Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. I just wanted to start the stream a couple minutes early just in case we ran into some difficulties or some troubles. So we're going to get started in just about 2 minutes. So today, all you're really going to need is a mat and some space. If you are really new to yoga, just kind of getting into it since we've been home, you may want to have a pillow or two and maybe, I forgot to grab it, maybe even a blanket handy for some of the seated postures, just to give yourself a little more space and a little bit more comfort. So I'll leave you for a moment to just get those couple of things if you wish. If not, I really just encourage you to find a seated position to start and just do a little focused breathing for a moment or two before we get started for today, because I have one or two adjustments still to do. Okay, so we'll get started in a moment. I'm actually going to start with a blanket as well, because I would like to start in a kneeling position today, which isn't always the most comfortable for people. So if that's the case for you, I encourage you to take a handy dandy pillow, or as many as you need, place them between your feet and your bum, just so that you get a little bit more height. What I was finding most uncomfortable is my feet into the mat, actually, which is why I have the blanket down. Excuse me, just so that I have a little bit more cushion there before taking a moment or two into in this position. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here today with you for a Wednesday morning yoga session. The sun is streaming in, which is a nice change. It's been pretty gloomy where I have been the last little while, so the sun in my living room is kind of nice, even if you can't quite see my face because of it. Today we're going to be doing some different positions to give you a little bit more energy. My previous yoga session was really the complete opposite, really for sleep and relaxation. And now we're going to go the opposite way. So we're really going to take it with a more energetic focus. So that's one of the things that I am sort of thinking. Energy and space are my two kind of words for today. We've been doing school and work from home for a while now. And without getting up and moving on a fairly regular basis, our bodies really feel the stress of that and the impact of that, particularly, hips, hamstrings, shoulders, chest, all sort of tighten up. So we're really focusing today on creating space in those areas and really trying to energize the body through both breath and movement. So we're in this kneeling position. You can take the kneel a little bit wider if that's more comfortable for you. You can, if this is just not accessible for you, it's not comfortable, feel free to take a cross-legged seated position or a pike seated position, whatever feels good to you right now in terms of a seat. That's a great place to start. But I really do encourage you, wherever you're at today, in terms of your seat, to sit tall and long in that position. So once again, trying not to hunch over. And it's hard to hunch over in a kneeling position, I find, just because I'm so tight in other places that I have to kind of sit tall. So that's one of the reasons I chose this position for today to start. So really the things that we're focusing on today, when we inhale, we're really trying to get long, and When we exhale, we're trying to either sink into the pose or access a little bit deeper into whatever we're doing. So I'll help you lead through that. I also have to give a little shout out to my sister-in-law because she's a yoga instructor and she helped me kind of piece this practice together. So big shout out to Steph. Thank you so much. All right, so we're on our knees, really looking to inhale and lift the chest to the sky. And on our exhale, we're trying to keep that lift, but relax everything else. Keeping the lift in the chest without a big arch in the back, just trying to lift the chest up. Hands can be here, they can be crossed in your lap, whatever is comfortable for you. Let's bring the shoulders back. So we're pinching our shoulder blades together behind us. And we're actually going to palms open and up and almost try to reach back. So we're really pinching those shoulder blades together behind us. A little discomfort, natural whenever we're doing flexibility or muscular endurance. But if there's pain, that's a step too far for sure. So if pinching back is painful, bring it forward a little bit. Okay, turn the hands. Find just a little adjustment that feels a little bit more accessible. Right? One more big inhale. Lovely. All right, we're going to move into child's pose, just to continue to activate our arms a little bit. So you might still want the pillow. And I'm going to keep the blanket for a moment. Big toes together in the back. I'm going to take it wide. So my knees are going to be nice and wide so that my ribs kind of sit into my thighs there. If you need a pillow behind you to help your tailbone meet your heels, that's totally fine. So we're going to inhale. Oh, the sun's right in my face. Feels beautiful. All right, we're going to inhale. Find that length. Reach up nice and high. And then we're going to hinge right from where we're sitting up from our legs. Hinging forward and crawling our hands. I think of them as like spider person hands. And really reach out. Active arms if possible. Forehead to the ground here. If you want a pillow underneath your forehead, feel free to do that as well. Active arms pressing into the mat. And rather than pinching our shoulder blades together this time, we're trying to pull our shoulder blades away from us. So down the sides of our body here. Inhale. Really try to find the length. Nice and long. Our spines are nice and long here. One more breath. If you feel like you can crawl your hands forward a little bit, do so. Then let's place our palms underneath our shoulders. Inhale. Press up nice and slow. Wonderful. We're going to take a few cat-cow cycles here, looking for kind of 5 to 8 breaths. So right now we're really looking to say hello to our day, to really wake up our bodies. So we start off slow. That's why we started on the mat. Started in sort of a restful position, and now we're going to start energizing. So when we inhale, we're curling up to greet the day for sure. Exhale, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, curling up. Inhale. Exhale. Now, this is my rhythm. This is my breath rhythm. It feels good for me. If your breath rhythm is different, that's totally fine. Follow your own breath. On an inhale, we're arching up. On an exhale, we're curling in. And we're doing that for about 5 more breaths. I lost count. All right, we're gonna come to neutral. And then we're gonna move into a downward dog, our first downward dog of the morning. So we're gonna spread our hands nice and wide. We really wanna press through our pointer finger and our thumb. We wanna press through our whole hand, but those in particular really help us dig into the mat. Gonna take a quick shirk tuck. And we're just gonna curl our toes under, lift our hips up, keep a generous bend in the knee to start. I'm gonna take my blanket off, and to start, we're just gonna pedal the feet. Excuse me. Just trying to find some space in the backs of our legs right now. And if you're flexible enough to get your heels to the ground, wonderful. If not, that's totally fine. Feel free to lift your heels if you are able to move more deeply into the pose that way. And I'm pressing into my pointer finger and my thumb and pressing back towards my legs here. Just a slight bend in my knee. Good. I'm going to exhale, move to plank. So my shoulders are right over top of my wrists. I'm just wiggling my feet back a little bit, lowering my knees down. Whew. And I'm going to slowly skim my elbows along my sides and lower my body all the way to the ground. From here, we're going to take a little bit, some sort of gentle back awakening postures. I have to move back because my couch is in the way. But I would like you to sort of point your toes, and you're going to press down with your feet into the floor or the mat. And just in doing so, we're going to inhale, and we're going to stretch our upper bodies nice and long, pressing our feet into the ground. So inhale, stretch nice and long. Exhale, relax. Even letting your feet fall apart, resting your hands on folded arms, facing one way. We're going to do that one more time, because what we do kind of one way, we've rested to this side, we got to do the other side too, so that we maintain balance. Excellent. All right, nice big inhale. Press the feet, stretch the arms, and exhale. You can cross your hands, you can stack two fists, but we're going to face the other way now. So I'm going to face away from you for a moment. And just take a breath or two here. All right, we're going to set up for a baby cobra. So just a gentle back extension. So palms are going to come underneath, moving up from the mat again. Palms are going to come right underneath our shoulders. We're going to, as closely as we can, keep our elbows to our body. And on an inhale, we're just going to press up slightly. Spine stays neutral, so I'm not craning my neck up. I'm just gazing about a foot ahead of myself. Okay, so inhale, press up. Exhale, come down. Range it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. This time, we're going to inhale up. And I want you to move yourself up, so move to your knees. And then we're going to come right back into down dog. So if you would like to pedal your feet out again, you may. If you want to just get straight into feeling that your tailbone's to the sky. And from here, we're going to step our right foot forward. Whew. And just take a moment here. Really feel the stretch in your left hip. Try to press your heel back in the back foot so that your weight is not all dumped into the front leg. Because here we're really opening up that one hip. In fact, we're going to step that right foot back to a plank, and then we're going to step the left foot forward. Just so that we get sort of equal hip opening on both sides here. If you need to bend the knee a little bit, that's totally fine. We just want to make sure that we are indeed getting a nice opening in this hip here. And once again, if you're curled up, try to inhale and really lengthen. So I'm shooting my back heel back. I'm pressing forward as well into my front foot. And my hands here are just fingertip pressure. I want my legs to be doing most of the work here if possible. All right, I'm going to step forward. Keeping a generous bend in the knee to start. I'm going to come up halfway. So at halfway, my knees become a little bit straighter. My back is nice and flat here. And I'm going to come down again. Just kind of ragdolling my upper body. Letting my legs release a little bit. And then slowly I'm going to start rolling up on a big inhale. And exhale. Lovely. All right. So we have just done slowly a little bit of a round of a sun salutation. We're going to do 3 more rounds of sun salutation here. One, I'm going to show you the level that you can stay at all times if you wish. One is going to be a little bit more intense, or the second one is going to be a little bit more intense. You can try that if you'd like. If that doesn't feel good to you, you don't like it, you don't have to go into it. Stick with the first iteration. And then the third one will be to figure out one more, just your choice, whichever level you are enjoying working at. All right, move my pillow. I'm also going to shift my mat just a little bit because I noticed that it looks like I'm trying to run away from you when I get to the top of my mat. All right, so I'm going to be facing the window, but I'm going to talk you through how this works. So we're going to take mountain pose to start. So you can take this wide or you can take it narrow. If you're feeling like your balance isn't quite there yet, take it a little bit wider. There's no harm in it. I'm going to start a little bit wider. Okay, so I'm lifting my kneecaps, so I'm really activating my legs here. I am tucking my tailbone in because often when I stand like this, it pops out a bit. I'm going to tuck it in, pulling my belly button back to my spine. So I'm not sucking in my belly. I'm activating my core body here. That's the most important part. Activate that core body. All right. Inhale, lifting the chest, pulling the shoulders back. Fingertips. I'm going to shoot to the floor just to really activate my arms to start. And my gaze is soft, just straight ahead. All right, let's inhale and lift our arms to the sky, keeping shoulder blades tucked down our back. Exhale. Slowly fold forward. I'm realizing now I should be at the top of my mat. So just let me do that for a moment. Okay, top of my mat, I'm going to step one foot back, step the other back into plank. Sorry, a bird just hit my window. It's okay, it flew right off, but it definitely distracted me for a moment. I'd like to come into down dog here. All right, come to plank. drop the knees. Okay, and we're going to skim our arms down our back again. All right. We're going to go little, excuse me, baby cobra. So pressing the feet into the ground. Inhale. Come up. Exhale down. Then we're going to move ourselves up and into down dog. Let's step the right foot forward. Left foot forward. Inhale. And exhale. So that's, excuse me, that's sort of our first iteration of sun salutation. Next one, we're going to do a stick pose, which doesn't put knees down from a plank. And then we're going to go into up dog, which is a little bit more intense. If that doesn't sound very good to you, that's totally fine. Feel free to stick with knees down and then little cobra. All right. Excuse me. All right. Mountain at the top of our mat. Really energy, shooting fingertips down. Big inhale, chest held high. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Feel free to bend your knees here. I'm going to step my right foot back first. Left foot back. From here, I'm moving into stick. So I'm dropping myself down, full body, tops of my feet into the ground. Up dog. Toes curled under, down dog. Left foot top of the mat. Whew. Right foot top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Now you know what a rotation of sun salutations does. Your choice, whichever one you would like. I'm just going to kind of talk you through the basic flow, but it's your choice whether you take stick or knees down, little cobra, or up dog. All right? Okay. Tadasana. Inhale. Up. Exhale. To the mat. Right foot back. Left foot back. Full plank. All right. Moving down. Baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, breathe back into down dog. Left foot forward. Ooh. Right foot forward. Inhale. And exhale. Whew. Lovely. I hope that felt good for you. It certainly felt good for me. It's a little bit of a way to get your heart rate pumping a bit. There's reasons called sun salutation, sort of greeting the morning, especially when the sun's beaming through my window. It's sort of perfect. All right, we're going to move into a balance section now. So getting into that mountain pose once more. Once again, you can take it wider, you can take it narrower, whichever one makes the most sense for you. But then we're also just going to move our weight around a little bit. So just play with your body here. Play with the weight into your feet. What does your body need to do in order to maintain balance? So shifting forward on our toes, shifting to the right, shifting to the left, even back a bit. Just rocking, really becoming aware of where our body needs to be in order to maintain its balance. And next, we're actually going to shift all of our weight into our right foot. So I'm lifting my left foot just a little bit, my knees bent. We're going to move into tree pose. So my left knee is bent. I'm going to really root myself through my right foot. So the ball of my foot and my heel really strong into the mat here. I'm going to rotate my left leg out, and I can stay here low. I can stay at my calf, or I can bring it all the way up into my thigh if I wish. This feels good to me today, so I'm going to stay here. And then hands can come to hips, they can come to heart, or they can come straight up, whatever feels great to you today. If it looks as though I'm sort of blankly staring into the camera, I'm trying to just find one spot and stare at it to help maintain my balance. And I've chosen my belly button on the screen. Wonderful. We're going to, without putting, if you can, without putting the left foot down. If you need to touch down, you can always touch down. Trees sway in the wind. It's okay. We're going to bring the left leg forward, and we're going to start bending our right, crossing the left over the right. And moving into eagle. So I'm going to cross here. So right comes under left. And if you need to, you can just keep it here. Or you can try to curl a little bit further, palm to palm. In order to keep balance here, it's really important that you put equal pressure pressing into palms, equal pressure squeezing into legs. All right. Ooh, my eagle's wobbling. And let's take a slow unwind. And then I'm just gonna twist around a little bit here for you. Left leg stays up. And I'd like you to try to lengthen your leg. So you're noticing as I'm lengthening my leg, I'm tipping forward. So I'm slowly kind of moving myself into warrior three. You can take your palms back if you'd like, palms facing down. You can, balance definitely needs some work today, and that's okay. So when you're ready, you can bring the leg forward and rest. That was hard work for me today, but I'm really feeling the energy through my body. I definitely feel more energized than when I started. Also, I just want you to notice how your right leg feels in comparison to your left. It's really common for us to have sort of an imbalance or a favorite leg. And we just really want to make sure that what we do to one side, we're definitely doing to the other, so that our body can maintain some balance, because some of those imbalances in our body can cause problems down the road. But it's really natural for us to have one side that's a little bit stronger or that's a little bit more flexible, those kinds of things. We're just working to try to keep as close a balance as we can. So we got to do tree on our left now. So come back to mountain, all those good things. Legs activated, tailbone tucked, belly button pulling back towards spine. Big inhale. I just need a breath or two here. So I'd like you to take one with me, okay? Right, big breath in. Shifting our weight to our left foot. Bend the right knee. Turn the knee out. Keep it at ankle, calf, or thigh. Hands at hips, heart, or overhead. Find a spot to really focus on, really grounding through your left foot. And we're really emphasizing the length here. So if you have your fingertips up, shooting them to the sky without crunching yourself up. All right, let's bring the leg forward, come down. We're gonna go left arm under right this time, right leg over left, bending Find a spot to look at. Bending down, eagle pose. Equal pressure. This is a really nice stretch along the back of my shoulders and a lot of power in my left leg. There's nothing wrong either with tapping that toe down to help you maintain some balance and to take some of the weight out of the leg. Exhale, slowly unwind. If you need to, take a quick legs, but if you don't need to, you're going to keep that right foot up and start to lengthen the leg behind you. So I'm trying to almost with my heel kick the back wall, staying nice and long through my upper body, finding a place and staring at that place. All right, exhale, slow up. Whew. I don't know about you, but doing them back to back like that, I definitely feel some of the imbalances in my body. Which leg is more tired, which leg it was easier to curl, all those things. All right, I meant for this to be a little bit more flowy, but I can't stop myself from throwing those little body awareness things in. So I'd like you to take the feet 3.5, 4 feet apart. Essentially, you should feel like, oh, I'm feeling a little stretch in the inside of my legs here. We're going to go into just a couple of standing poses. We're going to turn our right foot out. And our tailbone is tucked here. Our bum isn't back. It's tucked under so that we're standing as straight up as we can. If you need to take just a little baby knee bend in the front for now, that's fine. Really digging through the back edge of my foot here. I'm going to bend my right leg so it's stacked right over my ankle. If you find you can bend deeper, but your knee is going past your toes, then we can just squeak back a little bit here. Here, arms up, making sure that I'm not dumping the weight into my front leg, really trying to maintain an upright upper body, length, right? Energy coming up, energy shooting to the front and back of the room. If it feels good, you can gaze out over the front fingertips. If it doesn't, looking straight at the cameras or the screen is no problem. Sink a little deeper if you can. Okay, let's inhale, slow up, but we're not going anywhere. We're actually going to hinge forward here. So now we are going to dump a little bit of the weight into our front leg. So really push down into that back leg. And we're just going to tip. So this is triangle. If you can, back of the hand into the leg and just fingertips shooting down, fingertips shooting up. And feel free, if you can, to turn the chest a little bit. So it's a little twist, turning the chest up to the ceiling. If that doesn't feel good though, just gaze straight ahead. Inhale, up, turn the foot. We're just going to turn the other foot now. So turning the left foot out. Pressing deep into the back foot here. Bend the front knee out over top of that ankle. Making sure we've got nice length here. Energy shooting at our fingertips towards the front and back of the room here. And if it feels good, press it back a little bit. Find some opening in the chest as well. Inhale, find length. Exhale, sink a little bit more if you can. Let's inhale, straighten the leg, and let's tip. And really trying to open up that chest a little bit, even if it's just pressing the arms back a smidge. Really trying to find the openness in the space. Inhale, slow up. Let's turn the foot. And from here, we're gonna keep, I'm just heel toeing in slightly, but we're gonna go into a deep squat for goddess. So the idea here is that my knees are still stacked over top of my ankles, getting nice and deep if I can. This is as deep as I can go personally right now. If you can get a little deeper, go a little deeper, right? And let's try to extend up. If you want a big time challenge, woo, go up on those toes. It's not happening for me today, and that's okay. And from here, I would just like you to come forward. And we're going to take a quick child's pose. Big toes together, stretching out, forehead to the ground. Take another breath here. All right, hands underneath shoulders, inhale. And come up. All right. So we're moving into kind of the cool down section here. So we're just going to go through some seated postures. If being on here is really difficult for you, you're having trouble keeping upright, feel free to take a blanket or a pillow and put it underneath your sit bones so that you just have a little bit of height, so that your hips aren't at quite the angle is a little bit nicer for them. We're going to take toes to the ceiling. I have hair everywhere. Toes to the ceiling. And we're just going to try to keep length and come forward. If you have the space in the backs of your legs to go chest to legs, go for it. But I just don't want people curving over like this if you can help it. Really trying to keep the length in the spine here. So I'm just pulling my legs and almost trying to pull my chest through my shoulders or my arms. All right, slow up. I'm going to take my right knee, bend it in. I'm just going to give it a little hug here. And then I'm going to place it over. And now I'm really going to give it a hug. So I'm trying to open up some of my glutes, some of my back body. And here we could even take a little twist, and we're going to, because we haven't done a ton of twisting today and it feels so great. So we're going to inhale up, put the right hand just behind you here. Bring the leg out just a little bit so you're not so focused on that. Left elbow into knee. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Really important that we listen to our bodies here. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. And we're listening to our backs that say, this is good for me, or I want more. And slow to unwind. Amazing. You'll definitely notice now that you don't feel the same on both sides. And I always bring attention back to that because we have a tendency to favor one side. And it's really important that it's okay to have those favorites, but we have to make sure we work the other side as well. I'm just going to take one more bend here because I'm bending at the hips, not the back. Oh, the sun's beautiful today. All right, I'm going to take my left knee. I'm just going to give it a hug nice and close to me. Sitting up nice and tall. Really trying to keep that length. I'm hoping actually that your lower back is going to feel the work that we did today. Just trying to keep nice and upright and tall. because low back, upper back definitely feel the desk work a lot. So it's important for us to make sure that we're giving them some love. Let's cross that leg over. And now really give it a hug. Whew. One is probably going to be tighter than the other. That is most definitely the case for me right now. Bring the foot out a little bit further. Left hand back behind us, right elbow to outside of left knee. We're going to inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale. If you can go one more round, go for it. Otherwise, on the next exhale, slow unwind. That slow unwind is so important. We don't want our backs to be quickly rotating through that because if there's compression, it really can get grindy and feel not great. All right, we're going to take wide-legged. So as wide as you feel comfortable and confident here. Well, still maintaining an upward length in the spine. And I'm always moving from where my torso meets my pelvis. So right at my hip, not at my waist. If I move at my waist, I get the arc in my back. Really important that we move from the lower joint there. And just trying to almost press with my belly button to the ground, which is actually not totally accurate because I want my belly button moving back towards my spine. But what I'm saying is I don't want you to lead with your chest to the ground because once again, that gets us that curve. And I'm using my legs here for some leverage to pull so that I feel a little discomfort and a good stretch, but it's not painful. Inhale up. We're going to take the soles of our feet together here. If you want to move your body closer to your feet, I really encourage you to put your hands down and move your body closer as opposed to pulling your feet in. It just helps us maintain that length a little bit more if we're not curling over like this. Follow my own advice. I'm holding the tops of my feet and once again, really pulling my chest through my arms here. And my legs aren't working. They're relaxed. So if that's a lot for you, pillows for sure. Or putting the feet further away from you, we want the legs to kind of fall open and not be working. So some people are really, really tight and they're here. So definitely bring the feet out. So we're creating openness in our hips, open in our chest because it's raised. Energy shooting up to the sky from the tops of our heads because we have a nice long spine here. Exhale out. And then we're going to move into our final repose. So if you want to take a traditional Shavasana, you may. If you feel better seated, that works too. If you would rather have knees bent on the mat, that's up to you as well. But we're just going to find a really restful position right now and really feel the way our bodies are feeling. As you inhale, really fill the whole cavity of your torso, the chest, the belly. I want all of it full of air. And on your exhale, breathe it all out. If you're wondering, am I breathing into all parts of my torso? Put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly and feel them lift and expand. And then at the end, they fall and contract a bit. Really let your body melt down, whether you're in a seated position or laying down. Try not to hold any tension anywhere. Where you find tension on an inhale, visualize all the air moving to that space. And as you exhale, visualize all the tension leaving that area. Visualization is a powerful tool. I'm going to slowly get up to a seated position. You do not have to. Take another few breaths here. I'm just taking a moment here, and I really encourage you to do so as well, to express gratitude to my body for allowing me to move through these postures, for taking me through my day, for enabling me to live and work and explore. Feel free to stay in this restful position for as long as you feel you need to. It can be incredibly powerful. It can be incredibly useful to just be totally relaxed and scan through our bodies, feel the way they melt, feel where there's tension, and just get to know them a little bit better. So take that time if you need it. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I really enjoyed this practice. I feel ready to go. My muscles feel energized. I hope you found some space. I hope you found some energy. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste. Bye, everyone.